Live coverage starting soon. Live coverage starting soon. It's time for Kennett Indian Baseball. Sponsors for our broadcast include Baker Implement Company, Wilcoxon's Home Place Furniture in Kennett, by McDonald's, by Farm Credit Services of Southeast Missouri, the Law Office of Todd and Atwood, State Farm Insurance Agent Greg Wilson, Kennett Trust Bank, Harris Pharmacy, Southeast Missouri State University in Kennett, by Glen Sane Motors, by Pemiscot Dunklin Director Danny Glass, by Larry Boone and the Kennett Country Club, and by NEA Baptist Hospital. Broadcast boosters include FM Bank, T.R. Baker Insurance, Skeeter Kell Sporting Goods, Duncan Sheet Metal, Bentley Farms, and Zenith State Bank. And now, Kennett Indian Baseball.
And good morning, everyone, and welcome to Kelly High School as we get set for Kennett Indian Baseball today as the Kennett Indians go on the road for Game 2 of this 2023 season to take on the Kelly Hawks. This is the season opener for Kelly. The Kennett Indians getting a nice victory over Brooklyn out of Arkansas yesterday with a 7-0 shutout in the season opener. So we get set for baseball. Very cold day here up in Benton, Missouri, and hope you are a lot warmer if you're watching our broadcast or listening to our radio broadcast on KBOA FM 105.5. Our video stream is going over on the KTMO Facebook page, also on the KTMO YouTube and Twitter pages this morning, and at KTMOradio.com, and click on KTMO TV, and you can see our broadcast there as well. We get set for baseball. The Indians taking their infield practice. We'll take a break and come back with more after we remind you that FM Bank, one of our great sponsors, located at 500 Independence Avenue in Kennett. They're online at myfm.bank, full-service bank where decisions are made locally. Auto, home, commercial, and agricultural loans to FM Bank people matter, and equal housing lender, member FDIC. We'll be back with more from Kelly right after this.
Agriculture is not a fad, and it's not for the faint of heart. Long days become long nights, sacrificing time away from family, even on weekends, just so you can get the crop in and get the crop out. This is your way of life. At Farm Credit Southeast Missouri, we are 100% bought into your commitment. Because we are customer-owned, it is our mission to be your ag lender, and we intend to be your value-added partner for next year and the long term.
Your ag lender will always be there.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
See State Farm agent Greg Wilson in Kennett. Call 888-4913. Southeast Missouri State University. Your university, your hometown, with personalized support from faculty and staff who care. Prepare for a career that matters from day one, all while earning a degree in your own backyard. Do more than take classes. Take control of your future. Get your 4-year degree at Southeast Missouri State University. Learn more at cmo.edu/regional.
At Todd and Atwill LLP in Kennett, your situation matters. They understand that unfortunate circumstances arise and are here to provide the legal services you need with integrity and care. Partnering attorneys Darren Todd and Lee Atwill are committed to providing the best legal representation possible. They specialize in personal injury, criminal defense, social security, disability, bankruptcies, and more. Visit toddatwill.com for more information. Todd and Atwill, LLP, proud to support the Kennett Indians.
Delicious deals for delicious meals at McDonald's. Get exclusive deals on your McDonald's favorites in the McDonald's app with contactless mobile order and convenient drive-through pickup. Get a free large fries when you download the McDonald's app and join My McDonald's Rewards. Download it today. Your local Kennett McDonald's has been serving the Kennett community for over 30 years and is proud to support area youth.
All your friends at the local McDonald's wish the Kennett Indians a safe and successful season. Go Indians!
Back at Kelly, the coaches meet with the umpires. We're about ready to get this one underway on a very cool Saturday morning up in Kelly as the Indians will come to the plate in the top half of the first inning. Here's the way the Indians will have their batting order this morning. Tanner Pierce will lead things off. Tanner's going to be the DH this morning. Matt Gardner will hit second and play shortstop. Brooks Niggett will be the center fielder and bat third for Kennett. Trey Gardner will be doing the pitching and batting fourth for Kennett. Ashton Williams in right field will bat in the number 5 spot. Hayden Gilmore will bat 6 in the order. He's listed as an EH, but he will be playing, I believe, at first base in this ball game. Caleb Duncan will be the catcher and batting 7th. Owen Williams will be the third baseman and hitting 8th, and J.C. Poole will be at second base and hitting 9th. Jack Morrison will be defensively in the field for Kennett and playing left field. Here's the way the Kelly Hawks will take to the field. Fork will be their pitcher as they are about to take to the field. Fork will be doing the pitching. Eubanks will be behind the plate. Hull is the first baseman. Essner at second. Dollins at short. And Christian at third. Cliffel is in left field. Peters in center. And F. Tink is in right field for the Kelly Hawks. And now going out on the mound, Dalton Fork, a very tall left-handed pitcher, who's going to take his warm-up tosses as he awaits for a baseball. Temperatures here this morning very cool. We're going to be in the 30s entire game. That's you might as well just get set for that, because that's what we're going to have this morning. Going to take our final pregame break, but we're going to tell you another great sponsor of our broadcast is All Goods Towing. Give them a call when you need a tow and locking services. Much, much more. All Goods Towing. It's all good at All Goods Towing. 888-2210. Back with the first pitch right after this.
Locally owned Kennett Trust Bank understands the importance of great service, great rates, and putting the focus on you. Hi, this is John Patton with Kennett Trust Bank, inviting you to stop by at our new location, 917 First Street in Kennett. We offer full banking services like checking, savings accounts, plus home, auto, commercial, and agricultural loans. Stop by our new location, 917 First Street today, or online at KennettTrustBank.com. Kennett Trust Bank is proud to support the Kennett Indians. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, this is Daryl Wilcoxon with Wilcoxon's Home Place on the South Bypass in Kennett, Missouri. We're getting new products in every week and would like to help you make your place a show place. Living room suites, recliners, including lift chairs, bedroom suites, mattress sets with adjustable bases, appliances, and TVs. We have several payment options available Come see us at Wilcoxon's Home Place Furniture and Appliance, 901 South Bypass in Kennett, Missouri. A family furniture tradition for over 70 years.
Dalton Fort continues to take his warm-up tosses. The tall left-hander to face the Kennett Indians. T.R. Baker, another proud broadcast booster of Kennett Indian Baseball, an independent insurance agency. They offer a variety of insurance coverages, personal, commercial lines of insurance for the individuals, and even group health and life insurance, plus workers' comp and financial services such as IRAs and mutual funds. 8208 Independence Avenue in Kennett. Give them a call, 888-8208, as Tanner Pierce will step in the box, and we're ready to get this one underway. Good to have you along this morning. Lots of streaming platforms and our radio broadcast on KBOA-FM. 315 down the lines here at Kelly, as they've done a lot of improvements on their baseball park. 350 in the alleys, and the wind's blowing across the field from right to left here as we get underway. And the first pitch, a swing and a miss by Tanner Pierce, and that's strike one. We are underway. Tanner combined with Hayden Gilmore yesterday to pitch a 3-hit shutout against the Brooklyn Bearcats. Here's a hard hit ball foul as Tanner was out in front of that one. 0-2 now the count to Tanner Pierce. Thanks to Tad Jones helping us get everything set up today, and luckily we have enough internet that Tad was able to do his magic. So we're coming to you with the video stream and the radio broadcast. The 0-2 pitch to Pierce outside is ball one. First time these two teams have played in several years. Kelly and Kennett able to get this one underway. Again, the season opener here for Kelly. The 1-2 pitch to Tanner Pierce. Outside corner, called strike three. So one out now in the inning. Here comes Matt Gardner to the plate. Facing the left-hander, Dalton Fort. Hit right off the end of the bat toward the first baseman. Took a funny hop, but Hull handles it for out number two. Right off the end of the bat that time was the ball hit. Now Brooks Niggett will come to the plate. 2 outs, nobody on for the Indians. First pitch a little bit low, ball one to Brooks. Dalton Fork, the big left-hander, fires a fastball in there. Swing and a miss by Brooks, and it's 1-1. Two outs, nobody on. Here's a ball right back to the pitcher. He'll field and throw to first for the out. 1-2-3. Indians retired here in the top half of the first. Kelly comes to bat when we return right after this.
Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, whenever you want. In your life and on your farm, Case IH AFS Connect gives you more control. Monitor your operation, manage your fleet and your farm data your way. Case IH. Rethink productivity.
Good luck to all area teams from Danny Glass, your Penobscot-Dunklin Electric Co-op Director for District 1. Danny Glass knows that participating in high school sports plays a huge role in developing the leaders of tomorrow. That's why Danny Glass is glad to help boost high school sports in this area as a sports booster. Again, good luck to all area high school teams from Danny Glass, your Penobscot-Dunklin Electric Co-op Director for District 1.
Bottom of the first we go, and Kelly will come to the plate after Kennett was retired. 1-2-3 in the top half of the inning. Trey Gardner doing the pitching for the Indians, taking his warm-up tosses as the right-hander warming up here. Caleb Duncan behind the plate. Owen Williams at third base. Matt Gardner, the shortstop. Or actually, Trey Gardner taking his warm-ups. I'm sorry, Trey taking his warm-ups. Matt's at shortstop. J.C. Poole at second. And Hayden Gilmore down at first base. Morrison in left, Niggett in center. And Ashton Williams in right field. For the Indians defensively, it'll be Dollins, Eubanks, and Eftink. Fork, Christian, and Klippel. And then Hull, Essner, and Peters. The batting order for the Kelly Hawks here in this ball game. As Trey Gardner takes his warm-ups. Trey will probably play a big role in the pitching rotation for the Indians this season. Saw some action last year, but not a whole lot on the mound, but has good stuff. And I know Lance Penn talked a little bit about it yesterday. Some depth on this rotation for the Indians this season, and some of these pitchers are going to have to get a little more varsity experience out on the mound as Michael Dollins, the shortstop, will lead things off. Right-handed hitter facing Trey Gardner. Wind blowing from right to left across the field. Again, very cold conditions. Kennett going 1-2-3 in the top half of the inning, and now Kelly. Fastball inside, ball one from Gardner to Dollins. Outfield for Kennett straightaway. Leadoff hitter Gardner, or Dollins. And Trey throws pitch on the inside corner, and swing and a miss by Dollins. Evens the count, 1-1 strike. Next pitch from Gardner. This one's popped in the air and out of play over the first base dugout. And the count goes to 1-2 strikes. Again, Hayden Gilmore got the start yesterday and got the win. And Tanner Pierce came in and pitched the second half of the ball game. And both pitchers excellent. Now Trey Gardner's turn today against Kelly. The 1-2 pitch to the leadoff hitter. Dollins, pitch in the dirt, ball two. 2-2. As far as life in the dugout, Kelly has a lot more so far in this one than Kennett, having to get up early and make the long road trip. But Kennett not usually real vocal in their dugout. They usually let their play do the talking. Here's a ground ball to third. Fielded there by Williams. A throw across the diamond in time. So one out on the ground ball to third. Owen Williams up to the task, makes the play. So Dollins retired. Mason Eubanks, the catcher, will hit. Another right-handed hitter facing the Kennett right-hander Trey Gardner. In the outfield about straight away. We see that a lot, but the wind blowing hard from right field to left field. Curveball in the dirt is ball one. Home opener for Kelly, and they've done a lot of improvements here. They got lights up now at the ballpark, and I know they're excited about their new playing facility here. Pitch a little bit low is ball two. 2-0 to Mason Eubanks. Trey working off the stretch. Here's a curveball on the inside corner, called strike one. 2-1 the count to Trey Gardner. Again, thanks to all of our great sponsors. Duncan Sheet Metal, one of those. I know they're going to remind you to get that AC ready to go, but it doesn't seem like you need it right now. Ground ball foul outside of third is strike two. That warm weather will be here, folks. Call Duncan Sheet Metal. They'll come out. Make sure your AC unit's ready to go, or can even replace it with a energy efficient unit. Wishing Caleb and the rest of the Indians good luck this season. Duncan Sheet Metal. Pitch inside will hit the batter. And a first base runner of the ball game with one out. It's here in the bottom of the first inning. Reese Eftink will now come to the plate. Kennett still looking for the first double play of the season. Only 3 hits allowed yesterday, so not a lot of opportunities to turn to against the Brooklyn Bearcats. But here an early opportunity, bottom of the first inning. Runner at first, and Eftink, a right-handed hitter at the plate. Trey Gardner's pitch. Good fastball at the knees, called strike 1. Middle infield at double play depth. Gilmore holds the runner on. Pretty good lead over there at first by Eubanks. Gardner will throw over to first. A quick tag by Gilmore, but back in there safely, the base runner. Eubanks. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. Eftink's ready. Gardner gets the sign, checks the runner, and the pitch hit out in the air, center field. Over is Brooks Niggett to his left, and then it goes off of Brooks' glove as he came in on it, and everyone's going to be safe. That wind really, I think, played an effect on that one. A fly ball out to center field. A play that we've seen Brooks make a million times, but that one falls in after it goes off the glove of Brooks Niggett. Now the cleanup hitter, the big, tall pitcher, Dalton Fork. How about the double play now for the Indians? First pitch, low, ball 1. I mentioned the wind really blowing hard from the right field line across to left field. Brooks on that fly ball had to go over toward right field, and then the wind kind of blew it back over. Also knocked the ball down quite a bit. Here's a swing and a miss. A good fastball from Trey Gardner. 1-1 the count now. Well, the cleanup hitter for Kelly. Poole and Matt Gardner up the middle in double play depth. Owen Williams about even with the bag at third. The 1-1 pitch, and the runner's going. The throw down to third, and it goes off Williams' glove, and the runner's safe. I think the throw was there in time, so a double steal on the play. And everyone's safe. I believe that was called a ball, so Eubanks steals third. Eftink down to second base on the play, so now a couple of runners in scoring position. Cleanup hitter, Dalton Fork. Big swing and a miss. Count goes even, 2-2. Middle infield for Kennett at regular depth as they will try to get the out at first on a ground ball. The 2-2 pitch and a pickoff play at second, and they pick off the runner at second. Boy, we've seen them do that so many times, and they pick the runner off at second. So now 2 outs in the inning and a runner at third. Matt Gardner making the tag that time. Now Eftink for the 2-2 count. Fouls it out of play. Count remains 2-2. They were a little too aggressive out on the base pass that time. Eftink was the runner down at second. Eubanks down at third after the double steal. And Gardner snuck behind the runner. The 2-2 pitch popped up again. This was going to get out of play, and the count remains 2-2 to the cleanup hitter, Dalton Fork. Trey Gardner for the Indians of Kennett out on the hill. Bottom of the first inning. Runner at third, 2 down. Trey checks the runner and a pitch. Good curveball called strike 3 at the knees, and that will do it for the Hawks. We'll go to the second inning, still scoreless here from Kelly. Back after this.
There's always something happening at the Kennett Country Club. Go see Larry Boone and the crew as the Pro Shop is stocked with great new merchandise. Get your team signed up for the 3-man scramble on May 6th and 7th. And new this year, on Friday, May 5th, Joe Brooks will be at the Pro Shop to do custom club fittings between 10 and 4. Then they will have a big shootout on the golf course. Appointments are suggested for the club fitting. Call 888-9945 to reserve your time today. It's all happening at the Kennett Country Club.
At Harris Pharmacy, you can get all of your prescriptions in one stop, and we'll even remind you when it's time to get a refill with our MedSync and Refill Reminder programs. Hi, this is Darren with Harris Pharmacy. Stop by today at 1224 First Street in Kennett for your over-the-counter and prescription needs. You can come through the drive-thru, or we deliver for free inside the city limits of Kennett. We also offer flu, shingles, and pneumonia vaccines. Come see us today at Harris Pharmacy in Kennett. Good luck, Indians.
Kelly with a couple of base runners in the bottom half of the first inning. A hit batter and a Kennett error. Then a runner at second picked off, and then a strikeout. Trey Gardner gets out of the inning without any damage done. We're scoreless as we go to the top of the second inning. It'll be Trey Gardner leading things off, Ashton Williams and Hayden Gilmore. Caleb Duncan, if anyone can reach. Zenith State Bank with the locations in Kennett, Arbor, and Zenith. Bank online, in person, anytime. Serving the area since 1935. Today, Zenith State Bank continues this tradition in serving Zenith, Arbor, and Kennett and the surrounding communities by building relationships with customers and by keeping banking simple. Zenith State Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Throw goes down to second. Dalton Fork is ready. Only threw 8 pitches in that first inning. He was very efficient, retiring first 3 Kennett hitters. And now the pitcher, Trey Gardner, will lead things off. Left-hander against the left-hander, Dalton Fork. Again, the wind blowing pretty strong from right to left here at the ballpark. Benton at Kelly High School. Fork's first pitch is hit in the air down the third baseline. Third baseman's over and looks up and watches it go over the dugout and out of play. Strike 1 to Trey Gardner. Fork gets the sign. Next pitch to Gardner. Swings. Tries to hold up on a curveball and goes around. Strike 2. Coaches for Kelly were here about 8:30, 8:45 this morning when I arrived. Very cold, and they were getting the field ready for this ball game. Trey hits it hard past the first baseman into right field. First Kennett hit. First hit of the ball game off the bat of the pitcher, Trey Gardner. Single into right field by Trey Gardner, so Kennett with a base runner here. And Ashton Williams will come to the plate. Now, any ball hit in the air by right-handed hitters out toward left field, this wind is certainly going to help them. 3:15 again down the lines. Nobody out. You're in the top of the second. A swing and a miss. Big cut that time by Williams. Comes up empty. It's Dalton Fork. Checks the runner down at first base. Throw to first, and now they're going to call it a balk. And it was a balk because he hesitated before he threw over to first. And Gardner down to second with the balk. So Kennett with a base runner in scoring position now. Ashton Williams trying to drive in first run of the ball game. The pitch headed home. Ashton takes this one a little bit outside, ball 1. Might have been a little bit high. Dalton Fork now with a runner at second base. The pitch outside. Ball 2, 2-1 the count to Ashton Williams. Trey Gardner takes his lead down at second base. 2-1 the count to Williams. Nobody out. The pitch. Here's a good pitch on the outside corner. Evens the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Top of the second inning from Kelly. Kennett threatening with a leadoff single and then a balk. Puts Trey Gardner down at second. Now Ashton Williams, the 2-2, hits it hard toward the second baseman, goes off the second baseman, and everybody's going to be safe. Hard hit line drive by Ashton. But it went off the glove of Essner at second. Gardner down at third. Ashton Williams now at first base. So first and third for the Indians. Nobody out. And here's Hayden Gilmore. How many times have we seen the Kennett Indians? We didn't see it yesterday, but in a first and third situation. I don't think it's going to happen here with nobody out in the inning. Gilmore at the plate. But Coach New and the coaches for Kennett work on this so often. Short lead down at first by Ashton. A swing and a miss by Gilmore, strike one. Pretty tough lefty-on-lefty matchup for the Kennett left-handed hitters. Gilmore, one of those left-handed hitters, facing Dalton Fork. Fork checks the runner. The pitch, swing and a miss at a curveball, and it's quickly 0-2 on Hayden Gilmore. Middle infield or second base especially playing back, so they are going to give up a run, trying to turn a possible double play if Gilmore can put it in play, and he gets a piece of this one and stays alive, I believe. No, as they say, he didn't make contact, and that's a strikeout. So, but on the play, Ashton Williams goes down to second base. One out now in the inning. And Caleb Duncan fouls it down the third baseline. Strike one. Owen Williams in the on-deck circle. Dalton Fork trying to work out of this jam. Leadoff base hit by Trey Gardner. He moved down to second on a balk. Then Ashton Williams reaches on an error. A strikeout by Hayden Gilmore. And the pitch hit well by Duncan in left field. Left fielder back. No one's going to get it. That's going to score one. Here's a second runner around third. He's headed to the plate, and Kennett scores two on Caleb Duncan's one-out double. Double by Caleb Duncan. Gets over Klippel's head, and Gardner and Williams will score on the play, and Duncan now at second base. And Kennett goes up in this one, 2-0. Still just one out in the inning. Here comes Owen Williams to the plate. There, we saw that wind helping a ball out to left field, but hit pretty good there by Caleb Duncan, driving in two. This pitch is outside, ball one. Boy, the wind is really whipping around. My papers about blew away here. First pitch, a strike to Owen Williams and Dalton Fork. Next pitch, high and tight. Ball one. Now the Kennett fans here starting to whoop things up a little bit. Got to stay warm some way. Kennett up 2-0 here in the top of the second inning. Runner at second, still nobody out. And Duncan takes off on the pitch, and the throw down to third is not in time as Caleb steals third. Pitch was called a ball. And now Caleb Duncan could score on a fly ball out toward the outfield, or possibly a ground ball back up the middle. Dalton Fork gets the sign, the 2-1 pitch, headed home. There's a strike call, 2-2. J.C. Poole in the on-deck circle. J.C. will be a left-handed batter facing Dalton Fork. Fork checks the runner at third, and a pitch, a swing and a miss. And now they will throw down to first for the putout. Caleb Duncan stays at third. So now 2 outs in the inning. Here's J.C. Poole trying to drive in another run for Kennett. Trey Gardner started with a single. Ashton Williams reaches on an error. Duncan drives in a couple. Ball 1 is outside from the left-hander Dalton Fork. Top of the second inning. J.C. Poole back in the box. Takes a strike here. 1-1 the count. 2 down, runner at third for Kennett. Outfield straight away for Kelly. Infield back with 2 outs. Poole back of the box. Fork's pitch. A little bit outside. Good take that time by J.C. Lefty on lefty matchup's a tough one with this big, tall, lanky left-hander. He slings it in there. J.C. stands right up on the plate. 2-1 the count. 2 outs. Duncan, the runner at third. The pitch to J.C. This one's on the outside corner. And the count goes to 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pull back in. Dalton Fork checks the runner and the pitch over the head of J.C. Ball 3. 3-2. Poole can reach. Tanner Pierce is in the on-deck circle for Kennett. Dalton Fork's threw 23 pitches here in the second inning of work. He's very efficient in this first inning, but Kennett's got 2 runs on him here. Now the 3-2 pitch. Outside ball for it. Gets by the catcher, but the runner will not advance. Down at third. So back to the top of the order for Kennett. First and third now with 2 outs. And here's Tanner Pierce. Tanner with a home run yesterday against Brooklyn. Opposite field homer. Great way to start your senior season. Out on the baseball diamond. Runners at the corners for Kennett. 2 down, and the pitch to Tanner. Outside corner, strike 1. Top of the second inning. Tanner Pierce back in the box, and another pitch right on the outside corner, and it's quickly 0-2 to Tanner Pierce. Dalton Fork, the left-handers, painted the outside corner with the first 2 pitches. Tanner will try to put it in play with runners at the corners. 2 down. Fork's pitch. This one's high and away, ball 1. Getting it up 2-0. 2 runs here in the top of the second inning. Threatening for more. Tanner Pierce can make it happen here. And he swings and misses at an outside pitch. They'll throw down to first for the putout, and that will do it for the Indians as they get a couple of runs in the inning and lead it 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the second right after this.
When your loved one is on the brink, their future in the hands of strangers, and all you have is hope. Choose the safest hospital in eastern Arkansas. Your safety isn't a goal, it's a promise.
Skeeterkill Sporting Goods, one of our great sponsors. It's not just a name, it's a tradition at Skeeterkill. For over 60 years, they've been the premier sports supplier to area schools, coaches, and players. Cleats, bats, gloves of any team or any player. Go see them. 1300 Industrial Drive in Kennett, or call 888-6678. Throw down to second. Trey Gardner is ready to start his second inning of work. Going to be Christian, Klippel, and Hall coming up. And Trey Gardner about to throw his 20th pitch of the ball game. Delivers this one low, ball one. Kennett getting the season started with a victory over Brooklyn yesterday, and now on the road at Kelly. Busy week next week. Ball two is a little bit low from Trey. 2-0 the count. Christian, the third baseman, a right-handed hitter. And Trey's pitch inside, ball 3-0. Wind blowing strong from right to left. 315 down the lines here at Kelly. 350 in the alleys. Ball four is low and outside, and a 4-pitch walk. So a runner at first for Kelly. Drew Klippel, left fielder, will bat. Drew's a left-handed hitter. How about that double play now? You're a Kennett Indian fan, still looking for the first of the season. Had her first home run yesterday with Tanner Pierce hitting one the opposite way. But not a lot of opportunities for the double plays yet. Throw over to first. And again, a good move by Trey Gardner. Keeps the runner close. Christian back in there. Bottom of the second, 2-0 Kennett. Showing bunt, and a bunt foul down the third baseline. Owen Williams coming in on the play, but Klippel just left it foul outside the line. Probably wouldn't have had a chance to throw him out if that would have stayed fair, but foul by 3 or 4 feet down the line. Another quick move over at first from Trey Gardner, and Christian back in there safely. The 0-1 pitch to Klippel. Foul down the third baseline. And the count quickly 0-2. Morrison now shading a little bit further over toward the left field line from his left field position. Niggett also shaded over toward left field. Swing and a miss. There's out number one in the inning. A strikeout. Runner at first. It's Christian. And that brings up Jed Hull, the first baseman. Jed, right-handed hitter. Christian takes his lead. We've seen a good move from Trey Gardner so far in this ball game. Trey out of the stretch, again checks the runner. Another throw to first, and another quick tag over there by Gilmore, but the runner, Christian, just back in there safely. Trey Gardner has one of the best moves for a right-hander that I've seen on the Kennett team in quite a while. Quick move to first. The first pitch a little bit high to Jed Hull, ball one. One down to runner at first. Christian reached on a walk. The 1-0 pitch. Curveball is low as Hull holds up then. And it's 2-0. Had a hit batter and a walk, but Kelly looking for their first hit of the ball game. Also, Kennett has committed an error in the ball game, but no runs scored in the first inning. Here's a line drive out to left field, and over and unable to make the play is Morrison in left. Everyone's going to be safe. The throw will go back into second. Now it gets by the second baseman, but Gilmore will back it up. So a single to left, and it will be first and third on the line drive base hit to left. Christian advances to third on the play. Still just one out. Number 8 hitter is Colton Essner, right-handed hitter. Now Coach New with the first and third situation will go through the signs. Caleb Duncan will relay that to his teammates. Kelly threatening here. This first hit of the ball game, and now runners at first and third. Gardner with a pitch. That's at the knees, called strike one. Good pitch that time. Again, I keep saying it, but it'd be a great time for that first double play of the season. Morrison in left field trying to catch that sinking line drive. No wind kind of pushing the ball out there. This ball is popped up back toward the backstop. Caleb Duncan will look up, and it's out of play. Strike two. Oh, and 2 the count to Colton Essner. One out. Runners at the corners for the Kelly Hawks. Number 9 hitter Peters in the on-deck circle. Trey Gardner would love a strikeout right here. 0-2 the count, and the pitch holding up. Not going for the high delivery. That's ball one. It was Colton Essner. Trey tried to get him to chase, but he wouldn't go for it. Now 1-2 the count to Essner. Gardner checks the runner at first. The 1-2. Line drive, left field line is foul. Just 2 or 3 feet outside the stripe over Owen Williams' head down the third baseline. And the count remains 1-2 strikes. First and third for Kelly. One out here, bottom of the second. Kennett leading 2-0. Trey Gardner again gets the side. The 1-2. Curveball is low and outside. Blocked there by Caleb Duncan. Runners stay put. 2-2 the count. Trey, a long look into home. Hull takes his lead at first. Christian, the base runner, at third. This one's popped up and over the backstop. Count remains 2-2. Great to have you along. Thanks to all of our sponsors who make Kennett Indian Baseball possible here on our live video streams and also our radio broadcasts. Swing and a miss. There's out number 2. A good curveball. 2 outs now in the inning. Runners at the corners, and Ross Peters will come to the plate. Left-handed batter, and a first pitch in there for a called strike to Ross Peters. Dollins, the leadoff hitter in the on-deck circle. Hull at first, Christian at third. 2 down. Gardner's next pitch. Outside is ball one. Hull takes his lead at first. Gardner gets the sign, the pitch. Fastball on the inside corner. And it's 1-2, the count to Ross Peters. Center fielder for the Kelly Hawks stands back in. Trey Gardner trying to get out of the second inning jam. Stands on the pitch. Low, ball 2. 2-2. Duncan, a good job getting out and getting the mid on that one on the short hop. Keeping the runners in place. 2-2, the count to Peters. 2 down, runners at first and third. And a pitch inside, ball 3. Tailing fastball, moans from the Kennett fans, but that was just inside 2 or 3 inches. And Peters wouldn't go for it. Now the runner at first will be off with the pitch. 3-2, 2 outs. That's Hull at first, Christian at third. And Trey Gardner with the 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss. And Kennett gets out of the jam here in the second. We'll go to the third inning. Kennett comes to bat, leading this one 2-0.
68 years ago, my great-grandfather, Glenn Sane, opened up Glenn Sane Motors in Rector, Arkansas. Since then, my grandfather, Danny Ford, has expanded the dealerships to Paragould, Arkansas, and Kennett, Missouri. Throughout our history, our customers and employees have become family. Quality sales, service, and strong personal relationships have kept our customers coming back for over 4 generations. Whether you're looking to buy a GMC, Chevrolet, Buick, or Ford, we look forward to serving you and your family for years to come.
Agriculture is not a fad, and it's not for the faint of heart. Long days become long nights, sacrificing time away from family, even on weekends, just so you can get the crop in and get the crop out. This is your way of life. At Farm Credit Southeast Missouri, we are 100% bought into your commitment. Because we are customer-owned, it is our mission to be your ag lender, and we intend to be your value-added partner for next year and the long term.
Your ag lender will always be there.
Top of the third we go, and the Indians send Matt Gardner, Brooks Nickett, and Trey Gardner to the plate. Ashton Williams, if anyone can get on here in the third. Kennett leading 3-0. The big left-hander Dalton Fork still out on the hill for Kelly. 36 pitches through 2 innings. Pitch count very low in the first inning. Then Kennett striking in that second inning, and the pitch count running up a little higher for Dalton in inning number 2. Matt Gardner will lead things off on this cold Saturday, as we're still Saturday morning, just about 20 minutes away from noon. Indians, of course, had to leave early, as well as your broadcaster this morning, to get set up. Fingertips are numb here, and I know that's not ideal playing conditions for the players as well, but they are out here and excited to be playing the game they love. First pitch headed home, and they'll appeal down to first base, and that's ball 1. Now they appeal down to first. First base umpire says no swing, as Matt holds up. Again, any ball hit out to left field is going to carry pretty well with this wind blowing from right to left. Next pitch to Matt. He pops this one up over the backstop and out of play. Evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Van Buren will be at Kennett on Monday. Then Poplar Bluff at Kennett on Tuesday. Then we go to Dexter on Wednesday. And on Saturday, next Saturday, a couple of games in Paducah, Kentucky. Good curveball on the outside corner. Strike 2 to Matt Gardner. 1-2 the count to Matt. The 1-2 pitch to Gardner. Swing and a miss, as that's out number 1 here in the inning. Good sinking delivery over the outside part of the plate. Brings up Brooks Nickett. Top 3 in the order. Trying to solve the mystery of Dalton Fork. You're in the third. Here's a strike at the knees to Brooks. Outfield plays Brooks to pull. Big day at the plate yesterday against Brooklyn. Wind really blowing out toward left field now. Brooks gets onto this one out toward left field. Left fielder, center fielder. And the center fielder cuts right in front of the left fielder. Peters, I'd have to have a talk with Peters doing that. But Cliffel kept his eye on it and made the play for out number 2. Not ideal when an outfielder runs right in front of you when you're trying to make the play, but that's what happened here. And 2 outs now in the inning for Kennett. Nobody on, and here's Trey Gardner. Trey singled to right field, his first plate appearance, and he holds up on a curveball, ball 1. 2 outs, nobody on for Kennett here in the top of the third inning. 1-0 pitch to Trey. A little bit inside, ball 2. Trey trying to get things going with 2 outs for Kennett. This pitch is in there for a strike on the outside corner from Dalton Fork. This pitcher is going to be a big part of this Kelly team, I'll promise you. Big, tall left-hander. Misses inside to Trey, 3-1. Of course, Kelly's had a lot of recent success on the baseball diamond, and now this beautiful playing facility here at Kelly High School. They were playing soccer here at Kelly when we came in this morning. Here's a hard hit ball into right field. Trey Gardner 2 for 2 with a 2-out single. Ashton Williams comes to the plate. See if Kennett can generate another run here in the inning. 2 down, and Gardner down at first base. Ashton hit a line drive that went off Essner's glove at second base, his first plate appearance. Ashton hit it hard, but second baseman not able to handle it. There's ball 1 to Ashton. I'll promise you, the way this wind's blowing to left, if Ashton gets hold of one, it's going to be 4-0 in favor of the Kennett Indians. Gardner takes his lead, the 1-0 pitch, but first a throw to first. And Gardner back in there safely. Dalton Fork with the pitch. Good pitch on the outside corner. Evens the count 1-1. Kennett up 2-0. Trey Gardner, 2-out single. There's a pitch in the dirt. Good block back there by Eubanks to keep Gardner at first. 2-1 the count now to Ashton Williams. Hayden Gilmore in the on-deck circle for Kennett. Fork checks the runner. The 2-1, swing and a miss by Williams. 2-2 the count to Ashton. Outfield deep for Ashton Williams here. 2-2 the count. 2 down, runner at first. Trey Gardner. Fork with the delivery. A swing and a miss. That'll do it for the Indians as they'll strand a base runner here in the third. We go to the bottom half of the inning. And Kelly comes to bat, trailing Kennett 2-0.
Who doesn't love being number 1? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number 1, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number 1 is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
See State Farm agent Greg Wilson in Kennett. Call 888-4913. Southeast Missouri State University. Your university, your hometown, with personalized support from faculty and staff who care. Prepare for a career that matters from day one, all while earning a degree in your own backyard. Do more than take classes. Take control of your future. Get your 4-year degree at Southeast Missouri State University. Learn more at cmo.edu/regional.
Trey Gardner takes his warm-up tosses as we go to the bottom of the third inning. Kelly will have the top of the order due up. Dollins, Eubanks, and F-Tink. Thanks to Bentley Farms, another one of our great broadcast sponsors, as Chantel and Wes Bentley, Kennett residents, but they have a poultry farm in Dudley, Missouri, and they love the Indians and Kennett Indian baseball. Appreciate their support and their sponsorship of our broadcast. Top of the order coming up here. And Trey Gardner's pitch count 42 as he starts his third inning of work. Dollins, right-handed hitter, will stand in at the plate. Cold, cold Saturday morning here. And that strong wind blowing about 10-15 miles an hour, that doesn't help much. A little bit low is the first delivery from Gardner. Ball one. Next pitch from Trey. That one's in there at the knees. 1-1. See a tarp down the left field line that Kelly has. They can put on their infield surfaces here. Low is ball 2, 2-1. Again, they've just added the lights. Kelly has invested some money in their baseball facility here. Nice place to see a game if it was just a little warmer. High hopper to J.C. Poole at second. Throws to first for out number one. So the first man retired. Brings up Mason Eubanks, the catcher. Trey Gardner works off the stretch all the time. Here's a strike at the knees from Trey. Next pitch to Eubanks. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Good fastball tailing back in on the right-handed hitter. F-Tink, the right fielder, in the on-deck circle. The 0-2 pitch. Strike called. Strike three. Beautiful pitch on the outside corner, and the first two retired here in the inning. 2 down, nobody on, and number 3-hole hitter Reese F-Tink, the right fielder, at the plate. Brooks Niggett moving in and a little bit over toward right field. First pitch from Trey is low, ball one. Trey's next pitch, a little bit outside, ball two. I would say if Trey gets to work another inning, a lot depends on if he can get this third out fairly quickly. He's at 51 pitches now. Coach New's not going to extend his starters too long early in the season. Here's a pitch on the outside corner. 2-1 the count. To Reese F-Tink. Kennett up 2-0. We're in the bottom of the third. Nobody on. 2 outs for Kelly. The 2-1 off the fist and fouled back to the screen. The count goes even, 2-2. Coach New retrieves the ball. Trey Gets the sign. The 2-2 pitch to F. Tink is outside, ball 3, and the count goes full. Cleanup hitter, the big left-handed hitter, Dalton Fork in the on-deck circle. Kennett would rather face him in the 4th inning if Trey can retire this number 3 hitter, Reese F. Tink. A swing and a miss. That'll do it. Kelly retired in the 3rd. Let's go to the 4th inning. Kennett bats, leading this one 2-0.
At Todd and Atwill LLP in Kennett, your situation matters. They understand that unfortunate circumstances arise and are here to provide the legal services you need with integrity and care. Partnering attorneys Darren Todd and Lee Atwill are committed to providing the best legal representation possible. They specialize in personal injury, criminal defense, social security disability, bankruptcies, and more. Visit toddatwill.com for more information. Todd and Atwill, LLP, proud to support the Kennett Indians.
Delicious deals for delicious meals at McDonald's. Get exclusive deals on your McDonald's favorites in the McDonald's app with contactless mobile order and convenient drive-thru pickup. Get a free large fries when you download the McDonald's app and join My McDonald's Rewards. Download it today. Your local Kennett McDonald's has been serving the Kennett community for over 30 years and is proud to support area youth.
All your friends at the local McDonald's wish the Kennett Indians a safe and successful season. Go Indians!
FM Bank, one of our great broadcast sponsors, 500 Independence Avenue in Kennett. They're online at myfm.bank. Full-service banking, where decisions are made locally. Home, auto, commercial, and agricultural loans to FM Bank people matter. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. The big left-hander Dalton Fork, only 52 pitches so far, as he will start his 4th inning of work. And will face Hayden Gilmore, Caleb Duncan, and Owen Williams. J.C. Poole, if anyone can reach. Kennett leading 2-0. The Kennett fans, I know they'd like a little more insurance here in the 4th inning. You would expect a low-scoring ball game on a very cold day. As Hayden Gilmore stands in to face Dalton Fork. Curveball is in there for a strike. Dalton gave Gilmore some curveballs in his first plate appearance that Gilmore couldn't handle, and you expect to see a few more of them, and this time it's fastball inside corner at the knees, and it's quickly 0-2 to Hayden. Fork gets the sign, delivers the pitch low, ball 1. Van Buren at Indian Park, Monday at 4 o'clock, our next broadcast. Hope for warmer weather. Ball 2 is low to Hayden. Two balls, 2 strikes. Dalton Fork. Inside, ball 3. So Hayden, after being in the hole 0-2, has worked the count full, 3-2. Caleb Duncan in the on-deck circle for Kennett. Caleb with a big hit to left field, driving in the only 2 runs of the ball game, his first plate appearance. Gilmore, now the 3-2, protects and hits it out of play. Can't say enough good things. What we saw yesterday from Hayden Gilmore, and then Tanner Pierce on the mound for Kennett against a very good Brooklyn ball club. Strike corner on the outside, part of the plate. Strike called, and 1 out now in the inning. Tough pitch for any left-hander when that left-handed pitcher hits that outside corner about the knees. Here's Caleb Duncan. And Caleb 1 for 1, a couple of RBIs, and the hit out to left. Now Clipville will move over a little more toward the line. The wind still blowing out to left, and Caleb takes strike one on the inside corner. Next pitch to Caleb is high, ball one. Caleb fouls this one back to the backstop. 1-2 the count. Owen Williams in the on-deck circle for Kennett. No, for this home opener, the crowd would have been a lot larger, but I'll tell you, for temperatures in the 30s, it's amazing how many people here at the ballpark. Both Kelly and then Kennett fans also making the trip. The 1-2 to Caleb. Outside, ball two. Ball stayed up just a little bit, the breaking ball. And the count 2-2. One out, nobody on for Kennett, top of the fourth inning. Dalton Fork, the 2-2. Hard hit ball left field, and Caleb Duncan comes through with a one-out single to left. Another good line drive. Good to see Caleb coming out swinging the bat well so far this season. Runner at first. One out here in the top of the fourth, and here's Owen Williams. Coach Aaron New going through the signs. Caleb, again, good speed down there. Not your typical catcher. Caleb, great athlete on the football field. Coming off a football injury. Here's a called strike to Owen Williams. But good to see him out starting the baseball season. 0-1 the count to Owen Williams. Owen shows bunt and goes for it on a low pitch. Didn't get the bat back, and it's 0-2 now to Owen. It's 0-2 to Owen Williams, as Coach New asked. And umpire said that Owen didn't get the bat back, and that's what it appeared from my not-so-good vantage point from right behind home plate. Much of what you're seeing here on the live video stream. Only takes one, Owen. Caleb Duncan, the runner at first. J.C. Poole in the on-deck circle for Kennett. Owen tries to get on here and keep things going in the fourth. He strikes out, tried to hold up on an outside pitch. And that's out number two. J.C. Poole now. Courtesy runner coming in for Duncan, the catcher, will be Carter Shoemaker. Carter coming in doing the running. J.C. trying to keep the inning alive and bring it back to the top of the order. Takes a curveball, low and inside, ball one. Dalton Fork's next pitch. Here's a good curveball that cuts across the plate. Called strike one. 1-1 the count. JC stands back in. Ball two is low. 2-1. Wind continues to blow hard from right field over toward the left field line. Outside is ball three. 3-1 to J.C. Poole. J.C. Stands back in. Dalton Fork. And a swing and a foul tip by JC. And the count goes full, so Shoemaker at first will be off with the pitch for the full count, 2 down. JC can find a gap here, you never know. Might get a run across with ball in the gap, and they'll throw over to first. And Shoemaker not going very alertly, coming back in. Back in there safely, 3-2. JC Poole with 2 outs, back of the plate. Dalton Fork again checks the runner, brings it home. High ball 4. Now 2 on for the Indians. 2 outs here in the 4th, and here's Tanner Pierce. Tanner looking for his first hit of the ball game. Great game yesterday, both at the plate and on the mound. Bats with 2 outs and 2 on. First pitch outside and low, ball 1. Looking at pitch counts, and Dalton Forks now up to 74 pitches, and they'll come out and visit with Dalton very quickly. All Goods Towing, one of our great broadcast sponsors. Give All Goods a tow or call if you need a tow or unlocking services. It's all good at All Goods Towing, 888-2210. Trey Gardner getting the start for Kennett, and we'll see if Trey goes out and starts his 4th inning of work. Dalton Fork will stay in there, about to throw his 75th pitch of the ball game. Tanner Pierce is looking for one that he can put the big part of the bat on here. Had the count, 1 ball and no strikes. Matt Gardner in the on-deck circle for Kennett. Forks pitch, outside corner is a called strike. 1-1 the count to Tanner. Shoemaker at second, the runner. Poole at first. 2 down, the 1-1 pitch to Tanner Pierce. Tanner fouls it at the plate. Hit Tanner in the box. Never feels real good on a 30-degree morning playing baseball. No, we can officially call it afternoon. I think it's 12:01. Didn't warm up much as we moved in the afternoon. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. 2 on, 2 outs. Tanner goes around and strikes out. Tried to hold up and swings and misses. So Kennett strands a couple of runners as Kelly comes to bat. Bottom half of the 4th inning, 2-0 Kennett.
Locally owned Kennett Trust Bank understands the importance of great service, great rates, and putting the focus on you. Hi, this is John Patton with Kennett Trust Bank, inviting you to stop by at our new location, 917 First Street in Kennett. We offer full banking services like checking, savings accounts, plus home, auto, commercial, and agricultural loans. Stop by our new location, 917 First Street today, or online at KennettTrustBank.com. Kennett Trust Bank is proud to support the Kennett Indians. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, this is Daryl Wilcoxon with Wilcoxon's Home Place on the South Bypass in Kennett, Missouri. We're getting new products in every week and would like to help you make your place a show place. Living room suites, recliners, including lift chairs, bedroom suites, mattress sets with adjustable bases, appliances, and TVs. We have several payment options available. Come see us at Wilcoxon's Home Place Furniture and Appliance, 901 South Bypass in Kennett, Missouri. A family furniture tradition for over 70 years.
Trey Gardner out on the mound. Finishes his warm-up tosses as he will start his 4th inning of work. Kennett Indian Baseball on the radio. KBOA FM, Piggott, Kennett, 105.5. Video streams on the Wolf Facebook page, the Wolf YouTube and Twitter, and also at KTMOradio.com. We have KTMO TV that you can tune in, and also all of our platforms available as Dalton Fork, the pitcher, will lead things off. Dalton Left-handed hitter, 0 for 1 on the day. And Trey Gardner, 55 pitches as he starts his 4th inning of work. Good to have you along. Kennett Indian baseball here on this Saturday. Ball 1 outside to Fork. Lone run is in the ball game, 2 in that 2nd inning. That's been it, 2-0 Kennett. Ball is low to Fork. I would say Dalton probably about 6'5", 6'6", big, tall, lanky left-hander. Gardner gets the sign. The 2-0 pitch fouled back to the screen. A good cut by Fork. Trey's next pitch high and outside, ball 3. 3-1 the count. One pitch to Dalton Fork. Ball 4. So a leadoff walk is how we start the bottom of the 4th inning. Brings in Nicholas Christian. Nicholas walked his first plate appearance. Fork the base runner at first. And Gardner, we've seen Trey's good move. Gilmore with some quick tags over there at first, and here's a throw over there. And back in there safely is Fork. Time without a tag from Gilmore. Gardner, first pitch to the plate is high, ball 1. Early in the season, you just know that pitchers are going to be limited, especially the starters. And Coach New comes out of the dugout. And we kind of expected a visit. We'll see if Kennett does make a change. T.R. Baker Insurance, another one of our great broadcast sponsors. Kennett Indian Baseball, independent insurance agency offering a variety of insurance coverages, both personal and commercial lines of insurance, individual and group life and health insurance, plus workers' comp and financial services such as IRAs and mutual funds. On Independence Avenue in Kennett, give them a call, 888-8208. Short visit to the mound by Coach Aaron New, and staying in there will be Trey Gardner. I'm going to say it again until it happens. Be a good time for the first double play of the season for the Indians. Matt Gardner, J.C. Poole at double play depth up the middle. Another quick throw over there, and a tag that time, but Fork with the long arms back in there safely. That pickoff move from Trey Gardner, he's going to pick some players off. Already has picked one off at second. Here's a swing and a miss by Christian. Evens the count 1-1. Matt Gardner sneaking behind a base runner on a second and third situation, and they pick the runner off at second. Now the 1-1, but the throw back over to first. Another close play over there. Trey kind of threw the changeup over to Hayden Gilmore that time. Hayden's not a short player, but Fork over there makes him look really small. Swing and a miss. High fastball, and Christian in the hole, 1-2. Gardner again set, checks the runner. Outside corner, called strike 3. There's the first out of the inning. Good fastball on the outside part of the plate. I believe we're going to have a pinch hitter coming in now for Kelly. Now Shackles will be the pinch hitter. Throw to first and runner back in safely. How about that double play now, Kennett? keep saying it, folks, until we do it. Foul ball down the first baseline. Strike one from Shackles, Cooper Shackles. Hull in the on-deck circle for Kelly. Wind blowing out toward left, right to left. Kind of blowing over the dugout in the first baseline and out toward left. Ball in the dirt and a great backhand to keep the runner at first by Caleb Duncan. Count is even, 1 ball and 1 strike. Cooper Shackles. Fork, pretty good lead and a throw over there. And Gilmore another nice stop at first on the short hop. 1-1 the count. Way to keep and double play in order is keep that runner close at first. And this ball is popped up over toward the Kennett dugout. Gilmore over, and this one may be blown back into play, but just right over the fence. Everybody okay over there is thought that wind might blow it back over, but just in the Kennett dugout for strike 2, 1-2. The count to Cooper Shackles. 1 out, runner at first for Kelly. Kennett leads 2-0 here in the bottom of the 4th. Trey Gardner, another throw to first. And again, Fork slides back in there safely. Nothing else. We're trying to wear Fork down over there. The 1-2 pitch. Line drive to right field. Well hit. Caught by the right fielder. The throw back to first is not in time as Fork gets back in there safely. But Ashton Williams, a tough line drive, snags it and throws to first. The runner back in safely. Now 2 down in the inning. Fork at first. And the batter, Jed Hull. He's 1 for 1 on the day. Throw over to first. Back in there safely is Fork. Fork's had a workout on the base pass. Hull singled to left field, his first plate appearance. Another throw to first. This time Fork back in there standing up. Trey Gardner, 68 pitches, 2 outs here in the 4th inning. The pitch fouled slowly down the third baseline. It's a fair ball. Picked up by Trey, and he throws to first. What a play, Trey Gardner. Well, there you see his athletic ability. I didn't think they'd have any chance. That was like a swinging bunt right down the third baseline, and Trey gets over, picks it up in fair territory, and then fires it to first. So we'll go to the 5th inning. Kennett leads 2-0 as the Indians come to bat right after this.
Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, whenever you want. In your life and on your farm, Case IH AFS Connect gives you more control. Monitor your operation, manage your fleet and your farm data your way. Case IH. Rethink productivity.
Good luck to all area teams from Danny Glass, your Pemiscot-Dunklin Electric Co-op Director for District 1. Danny Glass knows that participating in high school sports plays a huge role in developing the leaders of tomorrow. That's why Danny Glass is glad to help boost high school sports in this area as a sports booster. Again, good luck to all area high school teams from Danny Glass, your Pemiscot-Dunklin Electric Co-op Director for District 1.
There's always something happening at the Kennett Country Club. Go see Larry Boone and the crew as the Pro Shop is stocked with great new merchandise. Get your team signed up for the 3-man scramble on May 6th and 7th. And new this year, on Friday, May 5th, Joe Brooks will be at the Pro Shop to do custom club fittings between 10 and 4. Then they will have a big shootout on the golf course. Appointments are suggested for the club fitting. Call 888-9945 to reserve your time today. It's all happening at the Kennett Country Club.
New pitcher coming in as it'll be Klippel on the mound. Dalton Fork's day is done, so Klippel will come out to the mound and take his warm-up tosses. And I believe Fork will now be out in the field trying to see exactly where Dalton is, but trying to get the defensive arrangements for Kelly. But no, spot him right now as Klippel, the left-handers. We're seeing two left-handers here for the Kelly Hawks in this ball game. Drew Klippel due up for the Kennett Indians here in the 5th inning. It'll be Matt Gardner, Brooks Niggett, and Trey Gardner. How about some runs, guys? Duncan Sheet Metal, one of our great broadcast sponsors in Kennett. They remind you it's time to get that AC service, maybe even your heater service, the way it feels today. Duncan Sheet Metal wishing Caleb and all the Kennett Indians a safe and successful season for heating and cooling. Turn to the experts at Duncan Sheet Metal. Here's Matt Gardner facing Drew Klippel. Drew stands on the hill in his first delivery home. His high ball one. Kennett leads 2-0. We are in the 5th inning. Ball game an hour and 15 minutes old. 1-0 pitch. Curveball drops in there to Matt. Called strike one. Klippel stands over on the third base side of the pitching rudder. The pitch is popped up out towards second base. Now the right fielder coming in. The second baseman, Essner, will make the catch for the out. So a pop fly, and Essner handles it at second base for the first out of the inning. It's one down for Brooks Niggett. Kennett center fielder, 0 for 2 on the day, looking for his first hit, and takes ball one up and away. Fork was very impressive on the hill. We'll get his numbers when we get a moment. Inside is ball 2, 2-0 to Brooks Niggett. This pitch is low, ball 3. Fork's numbers: 4 innings pitched. Gave up 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 of those earned. He walked 2 and struck out 9, so a good performance by Fork. And a 4-pitch walk, and Kennett with a base runner here with 1 down. And that brings up Trey Gardner. Trey is already 2 for 2 on the day, and Brooks Niggett now at first. Trey's done a great job on the mound here. So he's worked 4 innings. Klippel, a lefty-on-lefty matchup, hasn't bothered Gardner yet in this ball game, and he takes this one low, ball 1. Outfield straight away for the Kennett cleanup hitter, Trey Gardner. Brooks Niggett, good speed on the base pass down at first. Pretty decent lead, and they'll throw over to first, and Brooks back in there easily. Van Buren, the opponent, coming up on Monday at Indian Park. Gardner back in the box. Klippel again checks Brooks Niggett, taking his lead at first. 1 down here in the 5th. Trey takes this one on the inside corner, evens the count 1-1. Trey thought about going for that one, but wasn't to his liking, so he'll step back in. 1-1 to count. Good lead down at first by Brooks Niggett. And the pitch. Trey pops the curveball up and back over the backstop, out of play. 1-2 the count to Trey Gardner. 1-2, the count to Gardner. Trey Gardner. And he fouls this one back to the screen. Just got a piece of it. Stays alive, 1-2. Brooks Niggett, the base runner at first. One thing to note, but not sure if it's of any real consequence, but Tanner Pierce, after pitching yesterday afternoon for the Indians, not out in the field. He's the DH today for the Indians. His arm may be just a little bit sore, and giving Tanner the day off, not having to throw. 1-2, the count to Trey. He checks his swing, but goes around. It's a tough curveball from Cliffle, and there's out number 2. Trey Gardner retired for the first time on this Saturday baseball from Kelly. There's Ashton Williams. Runner at first, Brooks Niggett. Now 2 outs in the inning. Drew Cliffle will throw back to first, and Brooks in there safely. See if Kennett might do a little running here with 2 down, and Niggett on the base pass. Eubanks has looked good behind the plate. Cliffle trying to keep Brooks close, and there he goes. A swing and a miss, and throw down to second is not going to be in time, and now Kennett with a runner in scoring position. See if Ashton Williams can get a base hit and drive that runner home from second. Kennett does put Brooks in motion, and it pays off. Really pay off if Ashton can come through with a base hit and drive him home. The 0-1 pitch to Williams. Big swing and a miss by Ashton. 0-2. Now to the Kennett right fielder. Drew Cliffle trying to get out of this 5th inning jam with an 0-2 pitch to Williams. Swing and a miss. He will do it as Kennett will strand a runner. Top half of the 5th inning. It will be 8-9-1 due up for Kelly in the bottom half of the 5th when we return right after this.
At Harris Pharmacy, you can get all of your prescriptions in one stop, and we'll even remind you when it's time to get a refill with our MedSync and Refill Reminder programs. Hi, this is Darren with Harris Pharmacy. Stop by today at 1224 1st Street in Kennett for your over-the-counter and prescription needs. You can come through the drive-thru, or we deliver for free inside the city limits of Kennett. We also offer flu, shingles, and pneumonia vaccines. Come see us today at Harris Pharmacy in Kennett. Good luck, Indians.
Peyton Branham will come in and now do the pitching for the Indians here this afternoon as Trey Gardner day is finished on the mound, and Trey pitched 4 innings through 69 pitches, gave up 1 hit in the ball game, walked 2, hit a batter, and struck out 7. So a great job by Gardner. And now coming in, Peyton Branham to do the pitching. Branham will come in and take his warm-up tosses. I think defensively we'll have Gardner going out to the outfield, so we'll look and see how they arrange the outfield positions. And I think Trey will go out to right field. Ashton Williams will go out to left field now for Kennett, and Peyton Branham on the mound. So Peyton will try to get through this 5th inning, and he will face 8-9-1. Essner, Peters, and then back to the top of the order for Kelly. Dollins. Caleb Duncan coming out. And now he's ready to go, and Colton Essner, second baseman, stands in. And Peyton Branham. Lance Penn mentioned yesterday on the broadcast where Peyton would be a big part of this order, and he starts his season off with a strike on the outside corner. Called strike 1 to Essner. Good pitch from Peyton Branham. Peyton's next pitch. Ground ball toward third. A one-hopper, and Williams up and over in time. 2 pitches, 1 out, and that's how we start Bottom of the 5th inning, Owen Williams retires Essner, and now here's Ross Peters, left-handed hitter. Facing Peyton Branham. Shows bunt. Bunts it right back toward Peyton. Peyton fields, throws to first, and there's out number 2. So the first 2 retired, and back to the top of the order, and Michael Dollins. The time Peters, I think he's probably trying to drag it a little more down the first baseline, and got it right back to Branham. This ball is popped up. On the infield, first baseman Gilmore racing in will make the catch, and a very efficient first inning of work for Peyton Branham. 1, 2, 3 go the Hawks in the 5th. We go to the 6th. Kennett bats, leading this one 2-0.
When your loved one is on the brink, their future in the hands of strangers, and all you have is hope, choose the safest hospital in Eastern Arkansas. Your safety isn't a goal, it's a promise.
68 years ago, my great-grandfather Glenn Sane opened up Glenn Sane Motors in Rector, Arkansas. Since then, my grandfather Danny Ford has expanded the dealerships to Paragould, Arkansas and Kennett, Missouri. Throughout our history, our customers and employees have become family. Quality sales, service, and strong personal relationships have kept our customers coming back for over 4 generations. Whether you're looking to buy a GMC, Chevrolet, Buick, or Ford, we look forward to serving you and your family for years to come.
They change the innings around here as we go to the top of the 6th. There we go. I think we're all set to go now. As the left-hander Drew Clipful will start his 2nd inning of work. It'll be Gilmore, Caleb Duncan, and Owen Williams. J.C. Poole, if anyone can reach. Zenith State Bank, one of our great sponsors. Locations in Kennett, Arbor, and Zenith. Bank online, in person, anytime. Zenith State Bank since 1935. Serving the area of Zenith, Arbor, Kennett, and surrounding communities by building relationships with the customers and keeping banking simple. Zenith State Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender. As Hayden Gilmore leads things off. Hayden looking for his first hit of the day. Facing Drew Clipple for the first time, but the left-handed hitter facing a couple of left-handed pitchers here in this contest, and Clipple starts him off with a strike on the inside corner. Next pitch, and Hayden smokes it down the first base line, just inside the bag. Hayden makes a wide turn. He's going to try to go to second. The throw to second is in time, and he'll throw Gilmore out, trying to stretch it into a double. A line drive just inside the bag for a single. F-Tink came up and threw a strike down to second. And Dollins made the tag down there, and that will do it. First out of the inning for the Indians. And here's a base hit to left by Caleb Duncan. He continues his hot hitting here in this ball game. Well, the first pitch he saw, he just lines it out to left for a single. So Duncan down at first now for the Indians. That hurts having Gilmore wiped off trying to get down at second, but Gilmore was down at second. He might have scored the 3rd run of the ball game if he could have got in there safely. First pitch is low to Owen Williams. Owen looking for his first hit of the ball game and facing Drew Clipple here. Kennett looking for insurance here in the top of the 6th inning, leading 2-0. All the runs coming for Kennett in that 2nd inning. Next Next pitch, and here's a line drive to left, and that'll get down for a hit. 3 straight hits in the inning, but Kennett with a couple of runners on after Gilmore tried to stretch the single into a double. It's now Duncan at second. J.C. Poole will come to the plate. Owen Williams down at first. Runners at first and second. J.C. has not had an official at bat so far in the ball game. A couple of walks his first 2 plate appearances. Tanner Pierce in the on-deck circle for Kennett. 1 down, 2 on. See if J.C. can come through here. Caleb Duncan, the base runner at second. Owen Williams, the base runner at first. First baseman playing in to protect against the bunt. The 0-1 pitch. Low, ball 1 to J.C. Poole. 3 hits in the inning. As Hayden Gilmore started it with a single. Just line drive down the first baseline. Tried to extend it down to second with a double, but was thrown out trying to reach second. Now first and second, 1 down. Ball in the dirt, gets by the catcher, and that will move the runners up. Now a couple of runners in scoring position. Caleb Duncan on the wild pitch will move to third. Owen Williams on the same pitch down to second. The time is called. They will go out to the mound and visit with the pitcher, Drew Klippel. So second and third now for the Indians, 1 out. And J.C. Poole. J.C.'s ahead in the count, 2 balls, no strikes. Tanner Pierce in the on-deck circle. J.C. steps back in. I don't know if it's an omen, but it looks like a hawk flying right beyond the center field flagpole. Ball 3 is high. 3-0 to J.C. Williams. Infield is in for the play at the plate. J.C. can hit it hard, get it by the infielders. It'll score 2. Now the 3-0 pitch. J.C. takes this one at the letters for a called strike. 3-1 the count. Now J.C. back in. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Runners at second and third. J.C. right back up the middle for a base hit. 1 run is in. Second run will be held up at third as the center fielder Peters came in quickly. It's 3-0 in favor of the Indians of Kennett. Single right back up the middle. Duncan scores. Williams will stay at third. Poole down at first for Kennett. And Kennett leads. Now 3-0. Here's Tanner Pierce back to the top of the order. Still just 1 out here. 4 hits in the inning for Kennett. Tanner pops it up out in the right field. Right fielder coming on now as the ball is held up. Now it will be dropped. Everybody's going to be safe, and Williams will come in to score. Boy, you see how the wind really affects that fly ball out there. As it bounces off the right fielder's glove, Williams will score. Poole will stop down at second base. And now it's 4-0 Kennett. Runners now at first and second. This ball, a good cut by Matt Gardner. He fouls it back to the screen. Strike 1. First and second, the base runners for Kennett. 4-0. Indians with a lead, and the bats have came to life here in the 6th inning. last one, an error, allowed Tanner Pierce to reach, but that error scored a run as Tanner put it in play. Now Matt Gardner takes a curveball from Klippel. And the count 0-2 to Matt. See if Matt can put one in play here and get some more runs across for Kennett. Top of the 6, 4-0 Indians. And the runners go, and a foul back to the screen. J.C. Poole was off on the pitch. Now the dirt blowing right back toward us here on the backstop a bit. But the flag out in center field still appears to have the wind blowing out a little bit toward left, but may have changed just a bit, blowing pretty hard. 0-2 the count to Matt Gardner. Drew Klippel's pitch, swing and a miss. And there's out number 2 in the inning. There's Brooks Niggett coming to the plate with runners at first and second. 4-0 Kennett. 2 down, 2 owned. Brooks hits it to right center field. That's going to get down for a hit. That'll score 1 run. The throw will go into third, and that lets Brooks go down to second, as they threw to the wrong bag that time after the single to right center field. And that allows Kennett to get another runner in scoring position. Peters threw down to third on the play. Pierce was going down to second, and that let Brooks Niggett take second on the throw. So Kennett adds another run here, leading at 5-0, and here's Trey Gardner, who's been hot at the plate, 2 for 3 on the day. 2 runners in scoring position. He takes ball 1. Outside. Trey a couple of singles to right, and he struck out his last at bat. Pierce at third, Brooks Niggett at second. Good speed on the base pass for the cleanup hitter. Trey Gardner at the plate. Takes this one inside, ball 2. Ashton Williams in the on-deck circle. 5-0 Kennett. Top of the 6th inning. Here from Kelly. The 2-0 pitch headed home to Trey Gardner. Takes a curveball low, ball 3. 3-0. Gardner stands in, see if they turn loose Trey, if he gets something he likes, but it bounces at the plate and the base is loaded. Now for Kennett. And Ashton Williams coming to the plate. See if Ashton can rip this game wide open. 5-0 Kennett. The base is loaded with 2 outs here in the 6th. Drew Klippel, first pitch, and Ashton smokes it to left field. Line drive base hit. 1 run in. Now they'll hold up the runners, and the bases will remain loaded. A base hit by Ashton Williams. A smoking line drive. Got out to the left fielder so quick they had to hold Brooks Niggett up at third. Tanner Pierce scores, but the base is still loaded for the Indians and 2 outs. Now 6-0 Kennett. That pitch from Klippel was up about belt high, and Ashton didn't try to do too much with it, just stroked it out to left field. Now they may come out and appeal, see if someone might have not touched a base or something. Ashton Williams with a base hit to left. It's 6-0 in favor of Kennett. 4 runs here in the 6th inning unless things change here after the discussion. Now they say safe, so evidently everything up to snuff here. So the RBI stands for Ashton Williams. Solid single to left. Base is loaded, and here's Hayden Gilmore. Hayden 1 for 3 on the day. See if he can do some two-out damage. Drew Clipple. First pitch. Inside, ball 1 to Hayden Gilmore. 6-0 Indians. Bases loaded and 2 down here in the 6th. Next pitch. Curveball is outside, ball 2. So Hayden can be selective and make sure it's something that he wants here. Outfield straight away for the left-handed hitter. 2-0 the count. The pitch to Hayden. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Kennett has strung some hits together in this inning. This pitch is low. Ball 3. 3-1. And it started with Hayden Gilmore, a single down the right field line. As Kennett's batted around, bases loaded and 2 outs. Hayden was thrown out trying to stretch the single into a double. Now the 3-1 pitch to Gilmore. Fouled at the plate and the count goes full. Caleb Duncan in the on-deck circle for Kennett. Hayden Gilmore can reach. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and the runners will be off with a pitch from Drew Clipple. Here's the pitch. Hit high in the air, out towards shallow center field. Center fielder comes in, he looks up, and now dives and makes the catch. He didn't see it for a long time. And then Peters finally gets a bead on it and catches it for out number 3. But Kennett scores 4 and leads 6-0 as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Back with the bottom of the 6th right after this.
Agriculture is not a fad, and it's not for the faint of heart. Long days become long nights, sacrificing time away from family, even on weekends, just so you can get the crop in and get the crop out. This is your way of life. At Farm Credit Southeast Missouri, we are 100% bought into your commitment. Because we are customer owned, it is our mission to be your ag lender, and we intend to be your value-added partner for next year and the long term.
Your ag lender will always be there.
Who doesn't love being number 1? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number 1, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number 1 is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
See State Farm agent Greg Wilson in Kennett. Call 888-4913. Southeast Missouri State University. Your university, your hometown, with personalized support from faculty and staff who care. Prepare for a career that matters from day 1, all while earning a degree in your own backyard. Do more than take classes. Take control of your future. Get your 4-year degree at Southeast Missouri State University. Learn more at cmo.edu/regional.
Start his second inning of work. 4 pitches in his first inning, and he'll face numbers 2, 3, and 4 in the order for Kelly. Eubanks, Eftink, and Fork. Here in the bottom of the 6th, Kennett leading 6-0. Good to have you along, Kennett Indian Baseballs. Kennett with 2 in the 2nd and 4 in the 6th. Lead at 6-0. First pitch from Peyton. Line drive over the third baseman's head for a leadoff single, and the runner will stop at first. That ball up in the zone and a line drive. Solid single to left for Eubanks. Here's Reese Eftink, the right fielder. Let me say it again. Good time for the first double play of the season here for the Indians. Peyton Branham checks the runner, and a curveball in the dirt. We'll get back to the screen, and the runner will move up to second. Caleb Duncan tried to block it back there, but kind of bounced over toward the third base dugout with the spin on the curveball. So now Eubanks in scoring position, down in second. Nobody out here in the sixth inning. This ball is popped up, coming over Gilmore. Now Duncan will make the catch. Good play, Caleb Duncan that time. Right over by the Kennett dugout on the pop fly. Good play by the Kennett catcher. So one down now in the inning. And Dalton Fork at the plate. Facing Branham for the first time. A ground ball back to Branham. He'll field it and throw to first. Runner moves up to third. But now two down in the inning. Peyton didn't even think about the runner, and that was probably a wise move that time. Is now a runner at third and two down. And here is Nicholas Christian facing Peyton Branham. And Peyton gets a ground ball to third. Fielded there. Williams across in time. Hawks strand a runner. We'll go to the seventh. Kennett bats leading this one 6-0.
At Todd and Atwill LLP in Kennett, your situation matters. They understand that unfortunate circumstances arise and are here to provide the legal services you need with integrity and care. Partnering attorneys Darren Todd and Lee Atwill are committed to providing the best legal representation possible. They specialize in personal injury, criminal defense, social security, disability, bankruptcies, and more. Visit toddatwill.com for more information. Todd and Atwill, LLP, proud to support the Kennett Indians.
Delicious deals for delicious meals at McDonald's. Get exclusive deals on your McDonald's favorites in the McDonald's app with contactless mobile order and convenient drive-through pickup. Get a free large fries when you download the McDonald's app and join My McDonald's Rewards. Download it today. Your local Kennett McDonald's has been serving the Kennett community for over 30 years and is proud to support area youth.
All your friends at the local McDonald's wish the Kennett Indians a safe and successful season. Go Indians!
Locally owned Kennett Trust Bank understands the importance of great service, great rates, and putting the focus on you. Hi, this is John Patton with Kennett Trust Bank, inviting you to stop by at our new location, 917 First Street in Kennett. We offer full banking services like checking, savings accounts, plus home, auto, commercial, and agricultural loans. Stop by our new location, 917 First Street today or online at KennettTrustBank.com. Kennett Trust Bank is proud to support the Kennett Indians. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, this is Daryl Wilcoxon with Wilcoxon's Home Place on the South Bypass in Kennett, Missouri. We're getting new products in every week and would like to help you make your place a show place. Living room suites, recliners, including lift chairs, bedroom suites, mattress sets with adjustable bases, appliances, and TVs. We have several payment options available. Come see us at Wilcoxon's Home Place Furniture and Appliance, 901 South Bypass in Kennett, Missouri. A family furniture tradition for over 70 years.
There we go. Let me pull my microphone back down. New pitcher for the Hawks, Nicholas Christian, coming in for his first inning of work. It'll be Caleb Duncan. And then Kennett will have a pinch hitter coming in as Garen Overbay will come in and hit second in the inning for the Indians. J.C. Poole scheduled to bat third. Here in the seventh, Kennett up 6-0. As the right-hander Nicholas Christian. Kennett finally sees a right-handed pitcher today. First two for Kelly have been lefties. Tell you, Kelly has a good baseball club. You better watch out for them this season for future opponents of the Kelly Hawks. Kennett leads at 6-0, but 2 runs in the second, then those 4 runs in the sixth. If not, this ball game been a little bit closer here as we go to the seventh. Caleb Duncan, who made a great defensive play on a pop foul over by the Kennett dugout, will lead things off. Caleb's only 3 for 3 on the day. So doubles, to left and a couple of singles to left. First 2 RBIs of the ball game for Caleb also. Leading things off against Nicholas Christian. Right-hander this time, as I think Caleb's enjoyed the first 2 left-handers he saw here in the ball game. And now the pitcher will kind of get his cleats hung on the rubber and did not throw it, and that's a ball. It was luckily no injury there for Christian. Now Duncan swings and fouls this one out of play. Nobody on. Nicholas Christian did the right thing. Don't throw it if your feet are tangled up on the mound. Grunts and throws this one outside for a ball. 2-1 the count to Caleb Duncan. 6-0 Indians as we play here in the top of the 7th. Caleb is called strike as pitch cutting back in on his hands. 2-2 the count to Caleb Duncan. Curveball. Caleb holds up, and it's ball 3. Eubanks a nice job to smother that one just in case it was strike 3. 3-2 the count full for the Kennett catcher, Caleb Duncan. Leading things off in the 7th. Caleb swings and misses. There's out number 1 here in the 7th for Kennett. While we have a moment, I want to thank our new Kennett Indian sponsors, Larry Boone and John Salmons over at the Kennett Country Club. Man, those guys do some work. I tried to get over there and see them yesterday, but they were having to cover up all the greens with all the cold weather moving in. As pinch hitter coming up for the Kennett Indians will be Aaron Overbay. Overbay coming in. Aaron strokes it to left field for a base hit. Boy, that brings Kennett fans to their feet. A 1-out single to left field on the line drive. So Overbay down at first with 1 out. And here's J.C. Poole. First pitch to J.C. is inside, ball 1. Lots of action for you next week. Kennett Indian baseball, home game against Van Buren on Monday. Home SEMO conference matchup against the Poplar Bluff Mules on Tuesday. On the road to Dexter on Wednesday, and then Paducah, Kentucky for 2 next Saturday. Ball 2 is outside to J.C. Poole. 1 down here in the top of the 7th. Runner at first for Kennett. It's Aaron Overbay. J.C.'s 1 for 1 on the day, and he takes this one for strike 1, 2-1. Worked a couple of walks and a base hit last at bat. JC's ready. The throw to first. Overbay is back in there safely. Dugout very excited that Guerin stepped in, got that pinch hit single. They cheer him on as he takes his lead at first. JC's ready in the 2-1. Outside ball 3, 3-1. Tanner Pierce in the on-deck circle for Kennett. 6-0 in favor of the Indians here. Wind continues to blow hard, kind of blowing straight into home plate. Here's a strike. 3-2 the count goes to J.C. Poole. Nicholas Christian. JC's back in the box, the 3-2. Poole bounces it down the first baseline. Foul. Thanks again to all of our Kennett Indian sponsors that make our broadcast possible. Lots of baseball games to cover for you. Couldn't do it without the sponsor support. Baseball, without a doubt, the toughest sport to broadcast, and we try to provide all the action, video streams as well when we can. Ball 4 outside. Runners now at first and second for the Indians, and back to the top of the order, and Tanner Pierce. Trip out to the mound here is Christian will get a visit. Tanner Pierce looking for his first hit of the ball game. Reached on an error by the right fielder his last time up. Very short visit out. Nicholas Christian. Again, they really have a nice facility here at Kelly for you other coaches and teams and fans that may be looking in. You can have a trip scheduled to Kelly this year. Have the lights up. Hopefully it'll be a little warmer when you're here. Ball in the dirt. Ball 1 to Tanner Pierce. 1 ball, no strikes. Runners at first and second, 1 out. Kennett leading 6-0. Tanner hits this one to third. Third baseman will have it scoot under his glove. Overbay rounds third. Now he'll hold up, and the bases will be loaded. So the base is loaded now for the Indians. Still just 1 out, and here's Matt Gardner. Matt's looking for his first hit of the ball game. Watch out here. Infield is in at the corners. Christian's first pitch to Matt is on the outside corner, called strike 1. Christian out of the stretch. Next pitch to Gardner. This one gets by the catcher. Overbay will stay at third. 1-1 the count to Matt Gardner. Eubanks got a mid on it, but he was hustling after it. Not a chance for Overbay to try to score on that one. Matt Gardner at the plate. 1-1 the count to Matt with 1 down here. Top of the 7th, 6-0 in favor of Kennett. The pitch outside corner, called strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes the count to Matt. This takes 1, Matt. Bases loaded, 1 down. Top of the 7th, and Matt hits it toward the shortstop. Shortstop will backhand, drop it, pick it up, and throw. Not in time. That's going to be a single, as I don't think they would have threw Matt out anyways. He was racing down the line, and Kennett scores another on the ground ball. Overbay scores on the play. Now Kennett leads 7-0. And again, my scoring is always unofficial. Brooks Niggett at the plate, 1 for 3. Brooks takes the first pitch high, ball 1. Trey Gardner moves to the on-deck circle for Kennett. 7 runs for the Indians. Still the bases loaded and 1 out here in the 7th. Next pitch is in the dirt. This will get to the backstop. This time Kennett will try to score and will, as racing home on the play was J.C. Poole with good hustle. J.C. scoring on the play. On the wild pitch, Pierce down to third. And Gardner down to second. on the play. Eight runs now for Kennett. A couple of more runs in scoring position for Brooks Niggett. Brooks ahead in the count. 2 balls and no strikes. Ground ball toward third. Third baseman on a big hop will throw across in time to retire Brooks for out number 2. Here's Trey Gardner now at the plate. Trey for 2 for 3 on the day. Runners at second and third. 2 outs, and Trey takes the first pitch low and inside, ball 1. Trey, a great job on the mound, and Peyton Branham coming in relief has also been very efficient for the Indians as they lead it 8-0, looking for more. And Trey takes it inside, ball 2, 2-0. Ashton Williams in the on-deck circle for Kennett. Wind blowing from right to left across the field here. And the ball go back to the backstop. They're going to try to score, and sliding in home and out at the plate is Tanner Pierce trying to score on the wild pitch. So the ball to the backstop. Pierce trying to come home on the play was tagged out. Trying to get home, as that will do it for the Indians. In the top half of the 7th, last chance for the Hawks, 6, 7, and 8 due up. When they bat in the bottom half of the 7th, Kennett leads this one 8-0.
Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, whenever you want. In your life and on your farm, Case IH AFS Connect gives you more control. Monitor your operation, manage your fleet and your farm data your way. Case IH. Rethink productivity.
Good luck to all area teams from Danny Glass, your Penobscot-Dunklin Electric Co-op Director for District 1. Danny Glass knows that participating in high school sports plays a huge role in developing the leaders of tomorrow. That's why Danny Glass is glad to help boost high school sports in this area as a sports booster. Again, good luck to all area high school teams from Danny Glass, your Penobscot-Dunklin Electric Co-op Director for District 1.
Top of the 7th we go, and Peyton Branham will try to wrap things up for the Indians. He's been great on the mound. And the first pitch hit out in the left field by Drew Klippel, and the catch made out there by Ashton Williams for out number 1. So 1 pitch and a fly ball to left, and the batter is out. Hull will now bat. Jet Hull. Branham. First pitch is high, ball 1. Hull 1 for 2 on the day. First baseman for the Hawks. Swing and a miss. Good pitch by Peyton. One ball, 1 strike to count to Jet Hull. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count to Hull. Essner in the on-deck circle. Well, that next for the Hawks. Trailing this one 8-0. Outside is ball 1. Good spot that time by Branham, but just off the plate. Hull wouldn't go for it in the count 2-2. 1 out, bottom of the 7th. Nobody on for Kelly. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. There's out number 2. Getting it 1 out away from victory number 2 on the season. Second baseman Colton Essner will hit. Colton 0 for 2 on the day. Peyton Branham has been really efficient. First pitch is high, ball 1. This is Peyton's third inning of work, and this is going to be pitch number 17. 3 innings of work, the 1-0 pitch. Line drive toward the shortstop, picked up on a couple of hops, and a throw to first by Matt Gardner, and that's a winner for the Indians. 8-0. Kennett wins this one. We'll take a break, come back, and wrap up the final scoring right after this.
There's always something happening at the Kennett Country Club. Go see Larry Boone and the crew as the Pro Shop is stocked with great new merchandise. Get your team signed up for the 3-man scramble on May 6th and 7th. And new this year, on Friday, May 5th, Joe Brooks will be at the Pro Shop to do custom club fittings between 10 and 4. Then they will have a big shootout on the golf course. Appointments are suggested for the club fitting. Call 888-9945 to reserve your time today. It's all happening at the Kennett Country Club.
At Harris Pharmacy, you can get all of your prescriptions in one stop, and we'll even remind you when it's time to get a refill with our MedSync and Refill Reminder programs. Hi, this is Darren with Harris Pharmacy. Stop by today at 1224 First Street in Kennett for your over-the-counter and prescription needs. You can come through the drive-thru, or we deliver for free inside the city limits of Kennett. We also offer flu, shingles, and pneumonia vaccines. Come see us today at Harris Pharmacy in Kennett. Good luck, Indians.
When your loved one is on the brink, their future in the hands of strangers, and all you have is hope, choose the safest hospital in eastern Arkansas. Your safety isn't a goal, it's a promise.
Well, the Kennett Indians win this one by a final of 8-0. As another dominant performance by the Kennett Indians. Their pitchers have been outstanding. We played 2 games and yet to allow a run on the season. And Trey Gardner gets the start, allowed 1 hit in the ball game and a couple of walks, 7 strikeouts for Trey, 4 innings of work. And for Peyton Branham, pitched the final 3 innings. Peyton gave up 1 hit. He did not walk anyone and struck out 1. And the winning pitcher was Trey Gardner in the ballgame. And a great performance by the Kennett pitchers once again in this one. Hitting-wise, Kennett scoring a couple of runs in that second inning. And they scored 4 runs in the 6th and 2 more in the 7th. 8 runs on 12 hits for Kennett. They committed 1 error. And for Kelly, no runs on 2 hits in the ball game. And Kelly committed 3 errors. Tanner Pierce was 1 for 5 on the day. Matt Gardner, 1 for 5 on the day with an RBI for the Kennett squad. 1 for 4 was Brooks Niggett with an RBI. Trey Gardner, he was 2 for 3 on the day with a run scored on the ball game. Ashton Williams 1 for 4 with a run scored and an RBI. Hayden Gilmore 1 for 4 on the day. 3 for 4 was Caleb Duncan. Caleb scored a run and drove in 2 on the afternoon. Owen Williams was 1 for 3 with a run scored. And Garen Overbay 1 for 1 with a run scored in the ball game. And J.C. Poole was 1 for 1 on the day with 2 runs scored and an RBI. Very productive day for the Kennett Indians as they win it 8-0. Again, our next broadcast will be coming to you on Monday from Indian Park as the Indians play host to Van Buren. We'll have the broadcast for you both on the radio and a live video stream. Then Tuesday, Poplar Bluff Mules will come to town, Indian Park, to take on the Indians. Both games at Indian Park on Monday and Tuesday at 4 o'clock start for the varsity. Then we're on the road to Dexter on Wednesday, and then we will be in Paducah, Kentucky for 2 games next Saturday. Again, our final score 8-0. Kennett here from Kelly. That'll do it for our broadcast. Thanks to Tad Jones for all of his work putting it together. Monty Lyons, our radio coordinator, and thanks to all of our sponsors. Without them, wouldn't be able to make it possible, and you're going to see them here. If you'll just stay tuned or keep listening to the radio, be sure to thank them for their sponsorship and support of Kennett Indian Baseball. We'll talk to you again Monday from Indian Park. Indians 2-0 on the season, haven't allowed a run. They win this one 8-0 over the Kelly Hawks. So long from Kelly.
This has been Kennett Indian Baseball. Sponsors for our broadcast include Baker Implement Company, Wilcoxon's Home Place Furniture in Kennett, by McDonald's, by Farm Credit Services of Southeast Missouri, the Law Office of Todd and Atwood, State Farm Insurance Agent Greg Wilson, Kennett Trust Bank, Harris Pharmacy, Southeast Missouri State University in Kennett, by Glen Sane Motors, by Pemiscot Dunklin Director Danny Glass, by Larry Boone and the Kennett Country Club, and by NEA Baptist Hospital. Broadcast boosters include FM Bank, T.R. Baker Insurance, Skeeter Kell Sporting Goods, Duncan Sheet Metal, Bentley Farms, and Zenith State Bank. This broadcast has been a production of Pollock Broadcasting Company.